Well, it was bound to happen. I think we've reached this second stage of what banning really means. Now, all of you you're probably familiar with Alex Jones of InfoWars, who has been banned from Twitter and many other platforms for various things he had supposedly said about Sandy Hook, despite his counterclaims, etc. They had been after him for a while. Twitter hesitated for a bit, but eventually they kicked him off, and this was a lot of lobbying by CNN. It's a long story, and I'm sure we've all heard it. However, today, a new twist. So, in a story about Alex, so here's a tweet that a certain Lachlan Marquet, and there's tons of these guys that are sending this story across. So a story was posted that basically Alex is sending child porn to the attorneys representing Sandy Hook families. That's the way it's being positioned. Now, this is a pretty heinous kind of slander, right? Now, of course, if you click on the story very conveniently rehashes all of the old accusations about Sandy Hook, and literally on the very, very, very last sentence says, basically, the FBI advised counsel that its review located numerous additional illegal images which had apparently been sent to InfoWars email addresses. Now let's be clear here. When you're being sent anything and you're in the middle of disclosure, you don't have the luxury of deleting anything. So whatever they were subpoenaed to disclose, they disclose their mail servers. So if anyone decides to bombard you with any sort of inappropriate content, this would be included in disclosure. Now that's the story. And never mind the really slimy and underhanded twist of the publisher of the story. Have a look at Twitter. Now Twitter, everyone that's carrying this story, not one person that's originating the tweets are being at all kind to Alex. They're exquisitely spinning this as Alex sending child porn. Alex is a pedophile, blah, 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 blah. And a few of the commenters actually click through, find it, and go, hold on a minute, it says send to, something's fishy. But they're not even certain enough of themselves to say this is bullshit. They're just saying, I smell something, he's being set up. Where it's clearly saying that these were sent to, not from. Now, forget about the moral reprehensibility of all of these, slime balls that are attempting to destroy someone. Here's the question. When Alex Jones was banned, the dialogue was, well, this is a platform. This is the new public square. He should have the right for a voice. Jack Dorsey's response was, well, no, this is an amplified platform and we have a certain responsibility, etc., etc. But this was all about, hey, if Jones can figure out what the hell, how to be nice on a platform like this, we have the right to kick him off. Okay, so he's banned. Now he's being attacked by obviously people that don't give a rat's ass about being truthful. They are taking a story that is blatantly, even though it's poorly framed, it clearly says that these things were sent to InfoWars, and they're spinning them, they're positioning the tweets to seem as if the reverse is true. So these are willful slanders against a person who now is unable to respond on this platform. Now remember, one of the old principles of common law was that you have the right to confront your accusers. Now, when you're deprived of your voice in the public square, we believe that to be an infringement of your First Amendment rights. Now, this begins to creep not in the First Amendment, but in the Due Process Amendment. So at which point are you supposed to sit there? So let's assume that this stays exactly as it is. Since you are banned, but specious attacks against you are not banned, then your enemies are free to dissect you, attack you, drive away your fans, drive away your reputation, and in effect, remove your livelihood from you while you are completely helpless to do anything. Now that is an order of magnitude more important than simply saying Alex has a right to speak on a platform. This is a big deal. And my contention is that I don't believe for a second that Alex was targeted because of the specific infractions he was actually kicked off for. Alex was a target for one thing and one thing alone, just like PewDiePie was, just like many of the other folks that we're seeing targeted. Whenever anyone has a large audience, they also possess a certain degree of influence. Media is losing audience. Media cannot compete with some of these creators. In general, having alternate voices when the path to truth has been historically having to turn on CNN or MSNBC or whatever, these folks are an existential threat to media. And this is why they were targeted. And this seems to me like it is the logical next step following the tool that was the ban. It was never about just banning to get someone to just go and, start his own platform somewhere. No, it's about having a very mature, very public platform that is the de facto public square, whether or not Jack will admit it, and use that amplified platform to now silence someone and then begin to attack him mercilessly until his ability to fight back is no longer present. Now, please comment. Let me know what your opinions are, but thought it needed to be said.